Hey everyone, it's Tremia and it is Tuesday morning and I'm gonna do kind of like a question and answer, or more or less kind of some explanations about some questions and comments and everything, and I think I'm going to start doing that on a weekly basis. And so just leave all your questions you want at the bottom, and so I'll have something to fill my time up with. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to explain my walking. Okay, right now I'm at the point where I can pretty much walk around the house freely. On days that I know that I'm really extremely tired or more wobbly than normal, I use my walker. But otherwise, you know, I'm close to a piece of furniture or to the wall or something that can balance me. If I'm doing something in the kitchen, which, you know, I started doing some stuff in there, always have the walker with me, you know, so I can sit down and everything, and that helps out tremendously. But as for when Dwayne and I go walking, when he takes me for my evening walks, I mean, I can't go out of the house by myself unassisted. Walking, I definitely can't, because I would, you know, I'm afraid I'd fall down. You know, I still don't walk at a normal gait like a normal person. I kind of have my feet kind of spread a little bit, and I kind of hold my arms out, you know, to gain my balance. I am getting to where, like when Dwayne, we walk arm in arm, and I can swing whatever arm's loose. So, you know, that's helping. But I definitely can't, like, you know, go to the park by myself and take Buddy and I for a walk. And I definitely can't take Buddy, because Buddy has a tendency of pulling on the leash, and I would be down on the ground in, you know, 5 seconds flat. And so, you know, walking is getting better. You know, like I said, the one day I walked out of the doctor's office, I used my wheelchair as the walker, and, you know, I pushed it out, but Dwayne was right next to me. This weekend, I walked into church and made it to like where the stairs are that goes down into our sanctuary, and I can't do stairs or do, you know, inclines, so at that point I got in the wheelchair and Dwayne pushed me, you know, the rest of the way in. So I'm gaining strength and I'm working on it, and, you know, I can't wait to the day that I can actually, you know, walk into a store by myself and not be worried, you know, about anything, and have the ability to do it, to do all I want to do, and not think, okay, I can only make it this far and then I'm going to be stuck. Or what if I lose my balance? You know, that day's coming. It's coming. So that was my walking. Anxiety and depression. You know, a lot of you have know how I feel, and, you know, we're walking in the same shoes and, you know, it goes along with chronic illness, but I'm doing a lot better. The anxiety is still getting me, especially when I do my IViG treatments, because I'm allergic to the treatment. Can you hear the, what is it, a pigeon or dove? It's on our chimney. I have a, you know, I get a panic attack before, you know, as I'm going in there. You could see in my last video as I was driving, and that's basically the only time I drive to that appointment, because it's just 1 mile away, and I take extra precaution, and it's still hard for me to focus. I know that I got 1 mile to go, and I can get in a lot of trouble in that 1 mile, but, you know, I take my time, I stay in one lane, I don't change lanes, and, you know, and I still have trouble focusing. But, you know, I work you know, I make sure, you know, I'm focused. If I wasn't allergic to the IViG, I think I would be doing a lot better. But going in there, you know, with the fear of having an anaphylactic shock, it just causes me panic. Even though I know they're right there and ready to take care of things, when that happens, it's a scary experience. And this last time, everything went awesome except for the headache that I had afterwards. And according, you know, to my oncologist, it was not a migraine headache, you know, as allergic reaction. That's why he had me take Benadryl along with the pain medication, and my headache went away. And the next morning I had the headache again, and I just took the pain medication and it didn't budge it, and I took the Benadryl and it went away. So, you know, it's definitely my allergic reaction to blood products. And so, but, you know, the IViG is definitely helping. I think you guys can see the improvement in my energy levels and everything. And, you know, it's hard on me. The side effects last at least 72 hours. So I'm down, you know, not feeling well for a good 3 days afterwards. But so far, you know, it's been worth it. My immunoglobulins, they're still not up to where they need to be. You know, they said it would take 12 to 15 treatments is what the doctor thought, you know, 1 every 4 weeks, and I think this was my 6th treatment. So I still got a ways to go. I was talking about the anxiety and the depression. Like I said, the anxiety, you know, working on it, it's just like being associated with that and, you know, with medical stuff. You know, last year has kind of been traumatic. But now, you know, I'm getting better. Like when I get an infection, I'm not scared to death about it. I'm knowing more that with the IViG, you know, my body's able to fight off the infection. It might take a round of antibiotics, strong antibiotics at this point, but I'm not fearful of going septic. So, you know, it's getting better. Depression, I wouldn't say there's any there. You know, it tried to really catch a hold of me, but it didn't get me. So, and plus, you know, I can't take the antidepressants. My body just can't take them. It just makes matters worse. You know, the side effects, the sweating, and everything that goes with it is just worse. So, for myself, you know, I just have to work my way and fight my way through it. My hair, yes, it is coming in nice and full, and you can see all the gray. I'm not happy with the gray, but I'm happy with the hair. And if I'm just, the gray is okay, and I think it looks good. I mean, I'm not saying that it looks like, yay, I look good, but you know, it looks fine, you know, but I'm just not ready for it. If I could color my hair, I would, but you know, there's no way that I could put chemicals on my skin right now, because I can't even wash with soap or anything like that. You know, it's just everything on my face, and you know, this goes up on my scalp too. It's just water. I do use the Nioxin shampoo, and you know, I don't think after this bottle, I don't think I'm gonna have to use it. My hair came back in its normal thickness, what it's been all my life. It's not thin like my hair thinning from lupus or thinning from chemotherapy. It's thick and curly. My hair is curly, so like I have it kind of straightened out. Otherwise it looks really funky curly at this short. But I think I am going to keep it this short for a while, because just blow drying it for the 1 minute it takes me to do this is still a lot of effort and work. And so I'm going to keep it short until my arms and my upper body and core strengthen. And then I'll think about letting it grow out. But this is going to be it, and it is time for a haircut because it's getting kind of fuzzy. Steroids. Do I take it for adrenal insufficiency, or why am I still on steroids? In all actuality, if I didn't have all these complications this last year, I should be completely off of steroids. The steroids have nothing to do with lupus anymore, because there is no lupus there. The steroids do have everything to do with adrenal insufficiency, because I am adrenal insufficient. And over the last 9 years, the lowest I ever got down is, I think I might have got down to 10 milligrams at once, and it might have lasted for about a day, but I can definitely say 12, and is the lowest that I get. And then something will happen that'll cause me to have high dose IV steroids, like the 1 gram of Medrol a day for 3 days, and then the 500 milligrams for 3 days, then 250 for 3 days, you know, titrating down. And then I'm no longer at a low dose. You know, I have to back up to 20 and start titrating down 1 milligram every 4 to 6 weeks. Right now, I'm at 16 milligrams, so that's going to take me at least 16 months to be steroid free. And that is if my adrenal glands kick in when you know, that's if they kick in. If they don't, I'll be on a maintenance dose of 7.5 milligrams of hydrocortisone, which hydrocortisone and prednisone have different levels. Like 7.5 milligrams of hydrocortisone isn't 7.5 milligrams of prednisone. You know, that they equal differently somehow, and I can't tell you how. I'd have to look that up. But if you want to know, I will look it up, because I do have it. I do have that information. So yes, adrenal insufficiency. And last month I did have an adrenal crisis. One night I was so weak before Dwayne and I went to bed, I just said, I'm not taking a shower. I cannot move a bone. And thank God the next day was like a Saturday or a Sunday, and Dwayne was home, because when I woke up, I couldn't move. And adrenal insufficiency, like, oops, that's my mama. Just hold on. Okay, that was my mom's ringtone. I love it. But, anyway, I think I was talking about adrenal insufficiency, and I'm out of breath. And last week when I did my IViG, they pre-medicate me with 60 milligrams of Medrol. And so Dwayne and I, we talked about it, and we talked with one of my doctors or nurses, and I decided that, well, we decided that we're going to associate, or, you know, my going down on my daily dose of prednisone with the same day that I do my IViG. And I actually went down 2 milligrams, because I asked my doctor, I said, can I try it? And they said, you can try it, but, you know, if you get into any kind of trouble, you know, take that extra milligram, you know, do what you need to do. And because the last 2 months that I went down the 1 milligram were so excruciatingly painful, I thought, what's the difference is the 2 milligrams going to make, other than if it caused an adrenal crisis? But it didn't. Like, going down the 2 milligrams, I've done fine this last week. So I didn't try to kill anybody. Didn't go into any roid rage. Didn't have the adrenal crisis. So I'm actually down to 16 milligrams from 18. So happy dance. Happy dance. Oh, back to the adrenal crisis. I didn't finish explaining what happened there. When you have adrenal crisis, I mean, you just lose all your strength. I mean, you are like paralyzed. It's my mom again. Never gonna get this done. Okay, I'm never gonna get this thing done. Adrenal insufficiency. You lose all of your muscle strength. You lose, I mean, you're basically paralyzed. Like, you know what's going on around you. You have your mental faculties. And I always seem to be able to open my eyes and I can look around, but I barely can whisper. What Dwayne says it's less than a whisper, and even at that, it's mumbling at its worst. So, but, you know, I woke up and I thought, oh my God. You know, because you can die from adrenal insufficiency. You go into adrenal shock and, you know, and so I'm sitting there panicking because I'm trying to yell for Dwayne, and I think I'm yelling, but I'm barely making a sound, you know, I'm barely making a sound. And I'm thinking, okay, you know, how long is it going to take him to come in here? And I tried to move my arms to hit like the headboard, you know, to hit the nightstand, you know, to try to make some sort of sound, but you know, you can't move. And finally, Dwayne walks in there and walks into the bedroom, and he touches me to wake me up, and he realizes that I'm not capable. He realizes what's going on. And but he always immediately, the first thing he always does is take my blood sugar. He always thinks it's like diabetes related versus adrenal. And I'm sitting there going, you know, prednisone, but you know, he can't understand me. And we have like prednisone injections, so like it gets into my system quicker. But I think we both were scared, and at that point he put 20 milligrams in my mouth and put some water in my mouth, and of course it's going all down my face. You know, I can swallow it, but you know, it is a mess. And you know, about 20 minutes later, I can feel to where I can start gaining some movement. And we took another 20 because the steroid shot, I think, is 40 milligrams. And then later on, after, you know, I got back my strength and I could sit up and I could talk, it's like, you know, oh, we should have taken the shot. But actually, I think we might need to get a new prescription, and those might kind of be outdated because this hasn't happened, you know, in the last year. So that's adrenal insufficiency at its worst. So, you know, it's something that you really have to watch and be careful for. This is going to be a long video. I guess the other thing I was going to talk about is my blood sugars and everything. And you saw like where I've been eating, you know, more fresh, well, basically we've cut out the processed foods. It's lean chicken or fish, vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables. And Dr. Burt said I could have rice if I wanted it, but I think one night we did have rice, and but not, you know, to steer clear from pasta. I was surprised he said I could have rice, and I was happy. And so, like, you know, I've been doing that, and there's been you know, a lot of comments on like and messages on glycemic index and to watch certain things. And right now, I'm doing this like one step at a time, and because like if I go all out at once, it'll last about a day, and it won't work. And so like the changes we have made have already made a drastic difference, because like my evening blood sugars before I would start a meal were running around between 300 and 400, and now like the last couple of nights they were in the 120s. So I'm taking my long-acting Lantus, and I'm doing that at 30 units, but my short-acting, it's been cut down drastically. I mean, I might take 4 units here, 8 units there, so it's not anything big. So it's already making a big difference, but I know I still have that long-acting behind there. And, you know, eventually, when I talked to my endocrinologist in the past, and, you know, I've been to a nutritionist, and my understanding, and for me, is if I cut out processed foods and we just stick to the fresh fruit and vegetables and lean meats and, you know, nuts and grain, you know, that kind of stuff, I'll be doing okay. And we've seen the big improvement already, and so I'll keep on doing that. If we keep on having to keep the Lantus up, you know, I know we'll have to make some more changes at that point. But right now, that's what we're doing. We cut out the processed foods and eating salads and soups and, you know, just homemade food, staying away from takeout. Last night I was online and I just happened to look like at Chili's nutritional facts. I was like, oh my God, it's horrible. Sorry, Chili's, but we probably won't be visiting you again, at least not on a regular basis. We didn't anyway. Probably like once a month would get like a chicken sandwich takeout, and that is like 1,300 calories and like 80-some fat grams. That's a chicken and the french fries. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy. So if I want a chicken sandwich, I'm making it here at home. So that's what we're doing on as far as controlling my blood sugars and trying to get the weight off. Doing the walking. We've got a recumbent, just an indoor bicycle, you know, that I did it yesterday along with the walking, and so hopefully, you know, the weight will start coming off and my blood sugars will start, you know, stay down, and I'll eventually get back to where I'm no longer on insulin, because the times in the past when I have been, it's directly related to prednisone and weight. And once I get back down, you know, I think the doctor says, you know, when you go below 12 milligrams is when you start to lose weight and when your blood sugars go under control. So, you know, I still got 4 milligrams to go, but I'm putting in this effort, and I hope I do see some changes in my weight, because nothing's worse than, you know, doing all your work and then your weight staying the same. But, you know, I've got the steroid against me. But we'll see how it goes. I started on livestrong.com, my food intake, and they have insulin counters and exercise counters and stuff, and I'm thinking about making that public to where you guys can see it. But you'll see my weight and everything too. So I'm thinking about it, and I'll probably will. Also, somebody asked me what the name of that slicer I had that I was using to slice my cucumber with, that I sliced my finger with. By the way, it's a lot better. It's a mandolin slicer, and we got that at Bed Bath & Beyond. But in there, they were kind of expensive, and I had my 20% off coupon, so that's the reason I went ahead and got it. But I know when we go down to our Asian district and go into an Asian supermarket, they're a lot less expensive, and they're well worth it. I mean, when you got a lot of slicing to do and everything, they're really worth the money. So that is everything for this vlog, and my mom called twice. I had to stop 50 times. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a long one, so I hope you guys enjoyed it and I answered some questions. So I will see you in the next video.